Boom, baby, boom. Right. Oh, man, and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. So for this morning, no marijuana. This is mostly Saints. We're switching up from Saints Addiction. Give me that energy. And yeah, bro, how many times have I started the morning motivation with a blunt in my mouth or an excuse in my head or I don't know, things that I couldn't see. And this morning, I wanted to talk about what you can't see, but also being under the influence. And I know people are going to start to watch this thing and be like, oh, Mark's high right now. I'm wearing my Saints Addiction mushroom shirt, but I am not on mushrooms. I'm on sobriety. And I'm going to have some real deep conversation this morning about being literally under the influence of so many things we can't even see. Saints Addiction, mostly Saints, leg out. So, goes like this, goes to reason that even I couldn't see my own addictions. And because they're so subtle, right? Addictions are such little creepers that you won't even know why it's even there in the first place. And then you'll notice it once it's gone. And then you have everything after it's gone. So hear me out and I'll walk you through the steps because it's a little bit complicated, but it ain't that hard. Something inside you, probably emotional damage, happened and you said, I need a solution. And in that thought process, in that decision that you made, you said, this will be my solution. Now, odds are whatever solution that you chose is something that your parents probably chose and other influencers around you have chosen. And you were like, yes, I said influencers because they make an influence on you. It's easy for you to say, oh, hey, there goes Magic Johnson. He's having sex with 20,000 women. And Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain, I was looking at all these things and I was like, bro, you're married. You're the leader of this team. And you're on some, this is how the leader leads. Then you go into the level of, was your boy Kobe? Kobe tried to play that way, and guess what ended up happening? Almost lost everything, you know? We look for outside solutions. We look to cope, right? And instead of hope, right, we want to cope. Plastic pocket challenge, right? We need, I was looking at the other word too. It was like, another word rhyming with cope. But we got to deal with reality, and escapism makes it easy for us to leave that disillusionment, right? We want to go to Delulu land, delusional land. I don't have to lose weight to find a mate. You know, I don't have to change anything about myself. I'm fine just the way that I am. And if you don't deserve me at my, or if you don't, what is it? If you don't endure me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best type attitude. And here's what ends up happening. What we can't see, which is really weird for me now that I haven't smoked weed. And, you know, even though this message is still brought to you by Token of Roken Vapes, mention Saints Addiction and get 15% off. I still know how to do marketing, but I'm not puffing on my pen. I'm not smoking blunts. I'm not masturbating. I haven't drank in over decades. I haven't snorted powders over decades. There was only one hiccup in Brazil one night. And in that night, I lost my bag. I thought I lost my wallet, but my wallet was in my shorts. And then I ended up losing my cell phone with all the photos in it. And it just reminded me that relapse is real and that finding these things as our solutions is what's unreal. What's unrealistic is to look at something outside of yourself as a survival mechanism. You're going to want to cope. And, you know, cope over dope or however you want to phrase it this morning, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy because what happened is you already took the easy route, right? I don't want to feel stressed. Let me smoke this cigarette. The actual truth of cigarette is that it increases your heart rate. It actually flusters you a little bit. And in that little silence, this is why you can't see it, right? Our addictions, we can't see it. We're blinded by the feeling. The feeling was, I'm stressed. The output was smoke cigarettes. What we didn't notice was the after effects, right? That I got woozy in my head, that it fucked with my stomach, fucked with my appetite, and then I stink to whole highly heaven, and I don't even like the smell of my own hands, let alone smelling like cigarettes. And that's what you end up turning into, a little dirt mert, a little rat, somebody that chews on the little nicotine, chewing on the plastic, chewing on our vape pens. And it's true. We all want to reach for it. We all want to exit. We all want an outlet. And my point being was, I wanted to face the music. I needed a better understanding of what was motivating me. And what I didn't see was that I was chasing my feelings. If I rationalize it, right, I would say to myself, well, guess what? You earned it, right? You earned this relaxing session, this blunt. Oh, you earned this sugar. You worked all day. Turns out I've been earning it every day, right? I've been earning my addictions every day, going like, oh, hours on the social media. Sure, no problem. Now, when I've been detoxing from fake dopamine and detoxing from social media because it's an actual addiction, I had to watch myself. I got to see myself, expose myself to myself. And it's weird to have it hidden to yourself, because that's what Delulu is, right? That's delusional, to think that the things are going to change without your change, or that you need extra instead of having enough. And we do that to ourselves all the fucking time. We're all like, it's never enough. I'm not enough. My money's never enough. My happiness needs to be even more happy. And here's what ends up happening. All of us are chasing more plastic pocket challenge somehow, some way. All of us are chasing the same happiness, right? And what I didn't see, and this is why we have to have this conversation this morning, is that I was in a race just like you, much like the Olympics, except for this race, believe it or not, when you get on your mark, get set, yep, make your mark, go, marketing, I look down and there are like 8,000 other runners. Oh, and don't forget this side, there's another 8,000 runners, and all of them want to be popular, all of them want to be rich, and all of them want to do it without doing a lot of work. And this is where we got content creators, yours truly. I never considered myself a content creator, nor an influencer either. I just did my morning motivation. I didn't do thumbnails. I didn't promote it. I shared it, inside my network, and people kept asking me about the morning motivation. I love that shit. Keep doing the morning motivation. I'm like, bet. And they're like, what happened to you? You fell off. And I'm like, no, I still do it. Oh man, you used to do boom, baby, boom so much louder. Okay, whatever. Opinions are like assholes. Don't be an asshole. And don't be a dick. And in our selfishness, in our delusion, without even getting to see, we started to use other crutches. That's what these are. These are literal crutches. That means I can't handle my day. I can't handle myself. I can't handle my own mood. So I put it on my cigarettes to handle it for me. Or I put it on my alcohol to handle it for me. It's always, oops, there goes the broken vape. It's always someone else's situation to handle, but me getting a handle on my situation. You feel me? And in that, thank God that didn't break. Yep, boom. And in that, what I really started to learn about this, especially with the addictions, is there's a lot of compulsions out there. There's a lot of us slipping, especially when you're slipping closer way through it. I don't fuck around, really, literally, really, and truthfully. That's what IDFA is, in case you're asking. But yeah, I don't fuck around. And if you do, get the fuck away from me. Seek their get lawn. Get in a different line. Because there's a lot of people that want to fuck around. They want to pretend that their time isn't evaporating. They want to pretend that they don't have addictions, right? That's why I had to switch from Saints Addiction to Mostly Saints, is because most people don't want to talk about their addictions. They don't want to be honest about how many fucking coffees they had. Nobody's looking. Just keep pouring, right? You know who's looking? What you can't see? Your heart rate. Yeah. Palpitations. Yeah. Murdered guts. It fucks up your metabolism. There's too much sugar in it. All of that, right? And I was just like, you know what? I'm not seeing it for me. I just rationalize everything. I'm just like, well, shit, man, I got the weed. Got it if you smoke it if you got it. And, I got PTSD. I'll say it to myself, right? I've been through some things. And in those things, I'm like, bro, that was 11 years ago, right? It's been since 2011. Over almost 15 years ago, I was in South Korean prison, and I'm still talking about it, right? It's as if I have never gotten over it. Plastic Pocket Challenge, right? And when you haven't got over something, that's probably means you haven't got over the addiction either, the compulsion, the influence. And that's what it is. It's one of these things that we placate ourselves, right? We don't want to actually go to the gym, sit here every day, start fine-tuning our diets and our mental attitude, right? Far easier to just purchase the leggings, right? Get the cute top and wear lipstick and drink coffee at the gym. The messy part, because there's an easy part, there's a messy part of us getting away from it. This is going to be the toughest part, because once you get away from it, then you got to be free from your addiction. You get free from your escape route. Now you have to sit with it. And that sitting with it is probably the most uncomfortable feeling. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like super happy. It doesn't feel like this is the best day of my life. It doesn't feel like a Disney day. No, it's going to feel like something's missing. Yeah, I'm gonna need this thing for me to feel normal, and all the time smoking weed, or all the time got some alcohol, or all the time got my cigarettes. It's in my pockets. It comes with me like a breathing device, right? And that's why I don't wear my Roken vapes around my neck. I used to, but I was like, this is like a fucking what you call it? Collar? Yeah, a collar. And I've been training myself. Motherfucker, that's the Pocket Challenge. Training myself to keep myself down. Is that weird? And that's why I was like, I couldn't see that. Not for the life of me, I couldn't see that. And that's why I'm worried about myself right now, going like, you need to see your life beyond your phone, right? You need to see your life on the other side, you know, without these drugs. And the tough part is that we never get far enough away, right? We never get truly far enough away to see what's going on, right? We're so close to our addictions. We're so close to our patterns. We're so close to feeling good. Look at this basketball guy. Oh shit, we got ballers. Oh, they're double teaming. He went through the middle. Oh, they went to the top. Oh, nicely done. Oh shit, from the key, from the corner, the look away. You better look away. It didn't even hit the rim. But guess what, bro? You didn't even hit the rim either. Or you probably hit the rim of your glass. Or you probably hit the ceiling of your life and you didn't even know it. And the worst part is not knowing. I think that we know, right? I'll have conversations with myself while I'm high. I'm sure you have conversations with yourself while you're drunk. And when you're in there, you'll be like, I'm never drinking again, bro. I'm going to do so much better than tomorrow and the next day. And you'll see, because you already have it in your system, right? You've already completed the cycle of addiction. So now you have what you want to feel okay, but you don't know what it's going to feel like when you're sober and that wears away. So when you're raw, toothing it, you got nothing but your fucking, what's that called? Nerve exposed in your tooth. It's going to get your attention. It's going to get your attention hella hard. And what ends up happening is most of us, right? What we do, and this is just fucking true, what we do is we end up satiating ourselves. We end up diluting ourselves. We're so delulu, right, that we'll go back to it and double down on it, right? The thing that's trapping us, like alcohol or something. Man, I'm losing my kids, man. I'm feeling ugly. And when my friends start calling, and she's just like, right now I feel ugly. And I'm like, yeah, because you're on cocaine and on alcohol, I can tell, you know? And here you are wanting to be off the influence, under the influence, and expecting it to just like wear away. Here's the tough part. And I'm telling you, Saints Addiction, I'm telling you the truth, is that you're not gonna have to look at that crutch and go, I don't need you today. That's a tough one, bro. You're gonna have to grab your fucking crutches, throw them to the side and say, my leg is healed, right? You don't wear crutches all the fucking time, right? You don't wear, what's the other thing when we were kids? The things on the wheels. Eventually you kicked off your training wheels, right? Okay, cool. So life doesn't have any training wheels. It's full speed all the fucking time. And the worst part is that we miss the time to grow. We'll put that onto some, bugging me, something in my eye, something to grow, you know, and something to do with a purpose and a passion instead of focusing on the bare minimums. Now, the bare minimums is I'm not in pain anymore, right? Whatever was hurting me, it's like the dog. There's an ad, the old dog on the porch, and it's howling, kind of like my friend just howling, but too lazy to get up off the nail that's sticking them. The one that they're sitting on, they're too lazy to do something about that. So it's like, okay, here's that max pain. You're crying. You're showing me the tears, and we've all seen the drunk tears. You know, where's that energy when it's time to quit, right? Where's the energy when the weed's gone, the cocaine's gone, hell, your phone died, and now you don't have the hit, right? There's no dopamine to be found. You went all the way through the house. You spilled the cocaine in the carpet, that's gone. And you ran out of weed long time ago. It's one of the reasons I hate doing cocaine, because it was like the next day it was not only a hangover, but it was also a wake-up call, because it's like you smoked all your weed last night and you drank all the alcohol, and now you're completely out of all the three things, right? So cocaine becomes that much more expensive because it makes you do all the other drugs with it, right? You know what I mean? Like spend more money on alcohol at the bar, or do it with some women, even though you just spent all your money to get it. You don't just do it by yourself, right? You need your friends with you as well, right? So now you're spending all your money and time to do the drugs with your friends, quote, end of quote, friends. And these are only friends because you have drugs, right? These are your friends because they have the same pain, right? They're going to be wanting to numb that relationship that they haven't got over. It's true. It's part of life. And unfortunately, we all do that. We all find a way to satiate. We all find a way to hide from ourselves. And all these fucking kids out here, and nobody picks up their trash. Is that a fucking diaper, bro? Man, bro, some people's fucking kids, bro. Like, you just left a diaper out here, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, so with these conversations inside of ourselves, they're secret conversations because no one's listening, really. You know, kind of like my show right now. Nobody's really actually listening. To listen, you'd have to shut off the excuses. And I talk about it all the time, but not for nothing. The excuses is always like a pain, right? It pings you like a pain, like, hey, your shoulder hurts. And you're like, oh yeah, let me grab the Bengay, or let me go take some aspirin, or, you know, maybe I need to make a chiropractor appointment, right? That will be your healthy, smart, a healthy person that's smart making those kind of decisions, right? Yeah. And while I'm healthy and smart, I give myself the ability to be healthy and smart. If I'm still on the sauce, and this is the reason I don't have long conversations with drunk people, it's because they won't remember. That's right. The pain disappears, and then the addiction loop starts again. Now you need a hit. Been going all night. Hair of the dog. How many people have ever heard that phrase before? I had my ex-girlfriend teach me that. I never heard that before, but people get hair of the dog. You know, the situation that you got to jump back into whatever's hurting you, right? The hangover, which is really painful, and hop back on the booze, the thing that already hurt you, to make it not hurt as much anymore. So it's not really effective medicine, right? This is a cover-up, right? It's like makeup, you know? What's it called makeup? Because it makes up for the lack of beauty, right? You're trying to cover up the lack of your aesthetics. Or maybe you're even trying to highlight your aesthetics instead of showing us your talents. And that's what we do. We'll go beyond outside, go like, I'm smiling, my hair's perfect, everything's good with me. Meanwhile, you're doing, what was the girl get busted? She was drunk driving. My ex-boyfriend broke up with me, sleeping with a younger woman. She's crying and like, well, how much have you had to drink today, ma'am? Just like one wine bottle. And you're just like, bottle, bitch? You're driving and under the influence. And that's why I'm having this conversation. We're under the influence. We're under the influence of the lies we tell ourselves. And I was just like, of course I spend too much time on my phone. Right? When I'm overseas, I can't wait to break off of it. Let my phone number die, you know, not really good internet connection and better shit to do with my time. But over here, it fills the things, right? It fills the dead 3 hours in the morning after I'm done with my workout. It fills the last 3-4 hours of my night when all I want to do is learn, which I do. I learn about AI agents and I'll be watching wood cutting shows, and then it's dopamine, straight up. It's almost like I got the plate to myself at the table, like when I used to do cocaine. And I'd be like, okay, that's my happy. And I've heard it be, what was his name? Joey Diaz? Joey Diaz said it before. I don't even have to do it. I just need to know that there's an ounce of coke at my house. You know, just need to know that the bag is there and it settles me down. That at any moment, if I'm triggered, boom, I got my cigarette right here, right? Boom, I got my blunt right here. Boom, I got my beer right here. And we're all that way. Go look at it every day. I was in England, it was like morning, 10 a.m. in the morning, people still drinking. And you're like, it's a bit early, don't you think? Don't you find? And to them, they want to find peace. They don't want to find real inner peace, just subdermal peace, right? Like not the full Mighty Python, right? You don't want the whole shabam, right? We only want the appearance of knowing, right? We want to lose the weight without going to the gym, right? We want to be unfuckwithable, but not put any effort in. And in this kind of psychology is the delusion. This is what we do to ourselves, and we got no one else to blame. And I was just like, fuck. I always say the other side of my excuses, the other side of my fear, and the other side of the world, because I always challenge myself to do it. I stand a better chance because I was already starting to wean off the weed. And honestly, I don't have PTSD anymore. I don't have depression anymore. My kid's been dead a long time ago, almost like 3-4 years now. And it's almost been like 14 years for me since I've been in South Korea in prison. So this is the life that I started to live, an actual life where I started to see myself do the things that end up hurting me. And I only had me to blame. I was just like, whoa, bro, how many times, Plastic Pocket Challenge, how many times are you going to, well, you can't stop the rhyme, you know, how many times are you going to do the same thing over and over and expect different results? And that's the hard part, bro, that we all have some sort of delusion that we're like, oh, we only have to do the bare minimum and everything changes. It's like, okay, I defy you to not eat sugar for the next week, right? I defy you to put your cigarette down. I defy you to not drink, right? If I'm not smoking, you don't have to drink. And in that, I go looking at people and go, how scary is that? And I took off my glasses because that's serious. There's going to be a level of pain that you haven't seen. It'll make you feel so uncomfortable inside. It's almost like social anxiety. You'll just be like scratchy, itchy, and not fun. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe it's me in my head up against the wall looking at everybody else, right? You know, it's not we, it's a me. It's me versus me. It's me not being comfortable in social situations because I haven't been practicing, right? And of course it's going to be hard the first day when you first start dieting because you're so close to it. It's almost like your glasses here, my sunglasses. They're so close to my eyes. It gives me the shade that I need. Saint Shades, right? Saint Slides, let's go. But I'm not noticing because it's so close to my eyes, right? Like sometimes they're on our head and we don't even realize, right? Like I'll be like, where are my glasses? You know, fucking stupid. And then you'll be like, I don't call myself fucking stupid, but this is on some stupid shit that I didn't see that I needed to quit. I'm preaching Saints Addiction and I'm calling it Cali Sober. I've had people look over to me and be like, yeah, but you still smoke weed, right? And I was like, there's plenty of things to get off of it, right? There's plenty of things to get off the sauce, like mushrooms. Yeah, buddy. Mushrooms, don't be waking up and be like, yeah, let's throw mushrooms in my mouth. No, weed do. Yep. And so does coke, and so does alcohol, and so does meth. And I'm not going to get out hustled by a crackhead. You know, like my buddy said, crackheads always get up and go find it. Why can't you? And it's because that's what motivates them. We're talking about the morning motivation. So what motivates you is pain-free, right? If you want to be really pain-free, that's the real goal, then why aren't you doing those things? Because of delusion. We don't know. We don't know that we're hiding underneath, hiding our bellies, hiding our fat. I can't tell you how many girls try to be on the dating apps and they don't want to show this version of themselves. They want to show this version of themselves from all the way up here. And you're the only one that's believing the lie. You think you convinced the other monkeys that that's not what's happening, or they don't have to see what they're seeing isn't really true, right? You know, Like, no, I'm sober, bro. I already quit cocaine. I already quit alcohol. I already quit cigarettes. Meanwhile, I had a little tobacco in my weed, right? Meanwhile, yeah, I always find a way to have an exit. I like staying sober in the morning. I like getting up early. It benefits me in a healthy variety. But I'm also going on this walk because I wanted to get high. I wanted to go over there to my normal spot and just hit it and get that rush of tobacco and weed and ease, right? I'm looking for peace. And then what I don't realize is I just signed off for the next 3 hours of my life. I didn't even realize it because I'm just sitting there on the phone. And then when it starts to wear off, I need another blunt. And then I've got to charge up my phone. Then I might want to start doing something with myself in my day, like take a shower. Like, how did my social media go above my hygiene? I didn't know. I'll just take a shower later. We'll rationalize, bro. We'll excuse. We'll condone. We'll figure any which way but accountability and action. And that's why it sucks, dude. I want action out of my life, man. I want fucking sales. I want my team to win. I want my life to win. And I can't say that I'm winning if I'm always sinning, bro. And that's where Saints Addiction came from. I was just like, bro, I was honest about my addictions, or at least I thought I was being honest about them, And the truth is, I still have crutches, bro. It was so tough. This is my first day not on weed. I wanted to put that here, but, yesterday was so tough. I got my pen, easily want to fucking go do something with it, just disappear real quick. And now I'm at ease. And as long as I'm at ease, then everything's going to be all right. That's what I was convincing of myself. That's the lie. And I had to have this conversation this morning because it is a lie, right? It's a full-on fucking lie that I just only wanted to see myself at ease, right? Just make me comfortable. All I need is some food, some weed, and some sex, and I'm fully satiated. Well, that's not a challenge, right? That's just me comfortable. And I fight my ass off to just be comfortable, satiated. It's a fucking place where dreams go to die. And that's what ends up happening. I was just trying to go someplace where I was just like, why is my website's not launching, in Delulu land, like most of these girls? Why is nobody paying for all my bills? Like, bitch, what the fuck? What happened to the strong, independent woman? What happened to the strong, independent saint, bro? Where'd he go? Does he not want to do it anymore? Does he not want to show up and show out and show people that he can be strong and not have any excuses and not lean on anything so that his brain can focus on other things? Because at the time, when I was totally focused on what I had on my mind, I would leave the realm as soon as I could. I'd be like, bet, let me finish this job. I sold something, and now let me go fucking, I sold it, so now I want to fucking escape from it. Right? I was doing it with food, bro. When I was doing it with my magazine, so true, but it's the truth. When I had my magazine, I started really making some money. Next thing I know, Uber Eats. Yeah, bro. 35, 40 bucks each meal. Yeah, bro. Pistachio shake. Yeah, bro. Afternoon naps. Yeah, bro. And there it was, bro. I didn't realize it. I stopped working out, started getting fat, eating what I wanted, and calling it a reward. And that's what we do. We reward ourselves without doing any work. No accomplishment was made, no change. And yet we want the biggest pat on our back for something that we haven't lacked. Nothing changed. No graduation, no accommodation, no accomplishment. It's just our appearance and our perspective and this delusionment where we're just like, yeah, man, no, it's all good, bro. And then it's just like, is it though? Is it really all good? Do you not see yourself making things that should be good into not good situations? Have you not started dating people that are not good for you? Have you made all the decisions perfectly on this planet? Like no one ever has? Okay. So here we all are, mistake masters. I'm out here trying to explain my mistakes. That's what this show was for. And I'm no longer under the influence, bro. I'm not under the influence of my own lies and excuses and reasonings. I'm not under that influence no more. I'm not under the influence of someone outside of myself. I gotta have to be inside of myself. And the only way I can go inside is to not hide, and not hide from situations, that is, and be like, oh no, this is going on, oh my God, what's gonna happen, you know, and more like, let's ride this out and see what happens. Stay stoic. You know, life is supposed to be that kind of challenge, you know, where he's like, why are we always trying to accomplish? Why are we always trying to chase? Why are we always trying to be better when you're fine the way that you are, right? Like everybody wants to be prettier, richer, stronger. I get it, bro. Me too. I love accomplishments. I'm addicted. Saints addiction to accomplishments. But one thing's for sure, is comparison is the thief of joy. And there we are, comparing ourselves to other people. Why don't you got more money? Why don't you have a thinner waist? Why don't you have a family? I get it, bro. I do. And yeah, same here. Same bitch, same. So I'm on a new train this 2025. I don't have any excuses. I want to see my mind laser in when I look over at something and it computes it back. No haze, no, hold on a second, I lost my thought. You know, oh, I'm just too high. I'm not high at all. You know, I might still have a little bit of residual of THC in my system, but what I'm not doing is, especially last night, I was just like, bro, you don't have to hit the pen. You know, you don't have to have a blunt. You don't have to have an excuse no longer. You don't need these things. And that's just what it came down to. I'm like, the crutches are useless to someone that can walk on their own. And that's your morning marijuana motivation. So if you got anything out of this, marketing, you know, this is Mostly Saints. Go on down below, like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, buy a motherfucking shirt, bro. I do this for the merch health. I make my own merch, you know, and all over prints and DTG printing and DTF, and hopefully we get this order this morning, and that's it. So go be free from mental slavery, free from influence, you know, free from drugs, you know, like this type of things. They take over our mind and our time, money, energy, attention, and time. It takes all our meat, and then there's nothing left on the plate. And I was just like, not anymore, not me, not it. So peace and love. And as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side. Kiss the island. Yep. And see you on the other side of your fear, the other side of excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's exactly where I'll be. Peace.